guys, I thought I'd just take a quick minute and film another quick video for you on something in the kitchen. I didn't plan on making a video on this. So, we're in our work clothes and it's a busy day, but this has turned out so good and this is such a rare treat that I went ahead and decided to say, grab the camera, let's go, bring you along with us. I have never in my life, this is shameful, I have never in my life cooked deer meat. I grew up eating deer meat, but I never prepared it myself. So this was a first-time gig at that, and this is what we did. We were given a deer roast by a hunter and farmer down the road. And it was this huge question of what do we do with the deer roast? And I would look up recipes and talk about it, but I was sort of intimidated by it. And the only way that you're going to learn new skills is by actually just going forth and doing it. If you fail, that's fine, try it again, right? That whole try again. So I talked to some folks up here in the mountains that I know, who I trust, who I know are pioneers. And it is two ladies, and we had a whole powwow about how to cook deer meat. What do you do with this and what do you do with that? So one of the ladies gave me her favorite suggestion, and I did exactly what she said, and it has turned out fantastic. Now, I first have to say the meat itself, there's a picture of it on my Facebook if you scroll down from this point. And I've even talked about it in a previous video. It was a huge deer roast. I would say, to me, it was big. I mean, it was 3 or 4 pounds, and it was just beautiful. It's the prettiest roast I've ever seen. As you know, deer meat is very lean, and some folks really like it, some folks don't. Some folks talk about it being gamey, and so that sort of intimidated me. What if I mess it up? So, long story short, I said, it's time to do it, so this is what we did. I took it out of the freezer, and I let it thaw out till it was tender. And it was, a roast, so therefore it was quite bloody. So what I did is, last night, I took it to the sink, and I opened the bag, and I poured it out, and then I put it in a Tupperware dish. And then I poured 1 can of Coca-Cola on it. I know you're like, what? I was kind of like, what, too? So I poured Coca-Cola, just 1 can is all it took, and it sort of floated around it, and you could tell it was already starting to work the meat. The point of doing that is to tenderize it, and it looked like it was trying to pull some of the blood. So I just put the lid on it, and I thought, I'm going to go with it. So I put it on the lid on it. I put it in the refrigerator. Now, usually when I'm cooking a roast in the crock pot, what I normally do is I actually go ahead and tenderize the meat, and when it's thawed out, I put the meat on the night before, and I let it slow cook overnight. This is a beef roast typically, and I let it cook with spices and garlic and maybe an onion, and I let it slow cook overnight, and then I add my vegetables the next morning. So typically my whole roast cooking time is anywhere from 18 to 24 hours. This one is a whole lot less, which is a no-brainer. It's a lean meat. So anyway, I took the meat, I took it to the sink. Again, there's pictures of it. I let it thaw out. I put it in the sink. I put it in the tub. I put Coke on it, and I covered it, and I put it in the fridge. I just let it sit in the Coke all night long. I thought, okay, well, that's pretty cool. This morning, I took it to the sink. I poured out the Coke, poured out any of the juice and blood. I lightly rinsed the deer roast itself, just rinsed it off, and I brought it to the crock pot. At that point, well, before I put it actually into this crock pot, the white one, I had already sprayed it with my, hold it right there, coconut oil spray. I love this stuff, Trader Joe's, if you can get your hands on it. I sprayed my crock pot with that. Then I only sliced half an onion. I was intimidated by using too much onion. I really wanted to see what this was going to taste like on its own. So I just sliced half an onion. I put it in there. I put in the deer roast. I put in about a half a cup or so of water just to make sure I had a little bit of a water base in there. From that point, this is what I did. I added garlic powder. Now, the gal that gave me the recipe, she said use garlic. I didn't have any garlic at the moment, so I've ran out of garlic. I got to get some. So I used garlic powder. I used a little bit of meat tenderizer, not a lot, because I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, I'll try that. You've seen me flash this up several times. This is more of a regional deal, BKW Seasonings. Look it up on Facebook. This is fantastic stuff. They've been in business for a long time. I personally know these folks. A lot of folks I know are personal friends with this family that has started this seasoning business, and so I'll let you look that up. In fact, in my mini homestead packages that are going out, the big enchilada one is getting one of these in it. So I added that, just a little bit, you know, and then I did salt and pepper, and then I added a couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce because I was told to put some of that in there. So I didn't overkill any of my spices because I was intimidated. I thought, I don't know how this is going to turn out. So I put that in there. I turned it on high just to get it heated up, and I let it cook for about 30 minutes to an hour. And then at that point, I sliced 5 red potatoes. Our potatoes, I sliced them, and then I put in a mix of carrots, and I just let it cook all afternoon. I just didn't know what was going to happen. So about 30 minutes ago, we all started testing it and seeing how it was going to turn out. I don't know if you understand. My dog is sitting here because she can smell it. It is so Sadie. It is so good. So this is how it's turning out. I will tell you that the meat has cooked faster than the potatoes. So I don't know if you can really see. This is the end piece that I grabbed. It is so tender. It's just falling right off. And I let my children taste it. And the first one looked at me and he was like, "Mom, that is so good." And then the second boy looked at me and he said, "It tastes like really good pot roast." So if you're expecting this really gamey taste, this really wild, eccentric taste, which is kind of what I was expecting, it's not here. It's really good. So the big difference that I'm finding is obviously the cooking time. It's obviously going to cook a whole lot less as far as timing because of the type of meat you're dealing with. And everything else just turned out really good. So don't be afraid of it. If you have a way that you prefer to cook your deer meat, post it here. Folks are looking for new ways to cook, be it recipes or be it style. We're always looking for that. I know I am. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope this helped. Give it a try. Talk to people you know. Again, this proves again those old pioneers know exactly what they're talking about. Y'all take care and enjoy.